Have you watched all the YouTube videos on the law of attraction? Have you tried every technique, read every book, and nothing seems to be working? This video is exactly what you need. Hi everyone, Robert Zink, Miracle Mentor and Alchemy Life Coach. And today we are soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle, flying in the direction of your dreams and your goals, and reminding you to subscribe to our channel, click the bell icon, because we're here Monday through Friday to empower your life with the law of attraction, the latest in the mind sciences, personal success, and ancient wisdom, all designed to empower your life. So every now and then, not every now and then, but more often than we'd like to admit, we get letters from people who say, Robert, I have tried this, I've tried that, I've done this, I've jumped up on one leg, I've jumped up on another leg, I've done somersaults, and nothing seems to be working for me. The law of attraction is kaput. I don't believe in it anymore. Well, you know, the law of attraction, high flyers, is always working. It is working 24 hours a day, and we are co-creators of our reality. We create the reality that we're living. Now, think about it for a moment. Everything vibrates. Everything is waves and has a vibrational signature. Every situation has a vibrational signature as well. If you can think it here, if your brain has the ability to think about it, it has the ability to create it. In other words, somewhere the vibrational signature for that thought exists. So, nobody had ever flown in the air before like a bird until the Wright brothers, but they had it in their mind that it was possible. As a matter of fact, humanity in general was getting to that point, and several people were thinking it in their mind, but they didn't think through the specialized knowledge necessary to be successful. The Wright brothers did, and of course, the rest is history. We're all flying. Now, we take it for granted. It's a common thing. But at one time, it was seen as impossible. Can you imagine going back to the days of, say, medieval times and saying that someday we're going to put a man on the moon? They would think you're talking metaphorically. But we did it because somebody thought it in their mind. They conceived it. Now, I don't know where all these crazy ideas come from, but a lot of times they come from, believe it or not, from comic book writers and from science fiction writers. The science fiction of yesterday is the reality of today. Just the other day, I was walking into one of the stores, I think it was Walmart or someplace like that, and there were no cashiers. It was all computer, now stand in line, put this here, do this. And I'm thinking, can you imagine going back even just to the 1950s and showing a video of how people are checking out in grocery lines in the United States today? And people would think, wow, that's just too far out in the future. That's very robotic. That's not going to happen. But it did happen. And you probably could find traces of it in science fiction literature, novels, and comic books. In other words, it comes back to this, high flyers. If you can think it in your mind, you can live it in your life. Think about this. If you're having difficulty with the law of attraction, it's not the problem that you can't think it in your mind or you don't have a picture of what you would like to happen in your life. It's that you don't believe it exists. you don't believe it's real, or you don't believe it's real for you. It might be real for someone else, but it's not real for you. So what I found in my own personal journey, high flyers, is that when my beliefs were lacking, at times in my life when I was just certain things weren't going to work out the way that I would like them to work out, they, for the most part, did not work out. And, that's what happened. I realized at some point, now I learned it logically years earlier, but I began to apply it later on in my life, and I realized my beliefs, what I believed, what I really held to be truth in my soul, determined what I manifested and how big the manifestation was. Your beliefs are the cornerstone of your manifestation. Now, you can use another word for beliefs. You can use programming. Either way, it's the same thing. So I had to go all the way back, particularly when it comes to like money. And I remember my family telling stories about how poor they were. These were glory stories. They would sit around the coffee table and talk about the Great Depression and how poor they were. And for me, this is how it is. We are poor, and we're proud to be poor. Now, I think you can be proud to be you. It doesn't have anything to do with being rich or poor. You can be proud if you're rich. You can be proud if you're poor. Just be proud to be you. But my family had a certain pride in being poor. Then I went back and remembered different elements of my life where the idea of saving money wasn't to invest and to leverage it into something bigger and better. That wasn't the thought behind saving money. The idea behind saving money was so that when the sky falls, you'll be prepared. You'll have a little bit of money in which to live on. Do you see the difference? I think rich children are taught to leverage money. Poor children are taught to hang on to money or to spend it as fast as you get it. One or the other. So think about this. Beliefs determine everything. As I began going through all my beliefs, I began changing them one by one. I began writing new beliefs and new programs. Now, one of the ways I uncovered my beliefs is I had one of those little 29-cent or 49-cent notebooks, and I carried it around everywhere religiously. And every time I thought about money that I was aware of. Now, I'm aware that there were times I thought about money and I wasn't even aware of it. But every time I was aware that I was thinking about money, I'd ask myself, what am I thinking? What is my thought? What am I feeling? And I'd write down a couple key words. And then when I got home, I would transfer those key words into a bigger notebook where I could express it in more detail. In other words, what I was doing is digging within my own mind my limiting beliefs, my false programming. That's how I began. And as I began to continue that way, I began to also write opposite beliefs. In other words, high flyers, if your belief is that you're only saving money because someday the sky is going to crash and you're going to need that savings and you better hang on to it. If that's your belief, then you might want to look at a different belief, a belief about saving money and taking a portion of that money and leveraging it. In other words, turning that money into more money. Now, I'm trying not to make this a video about money, but I use this as an example so you understand just how much impact beliefs have. If you believe that what you see in your mind already exists in your life, then you are certain, it's absolute certainty. and you are certain to manifest what you deeply desire. Where the problem comes in is many people who engage in manifesting really don't have a powerful internal belief system. These people try techniques. They're focused on trying one technique after another, and they'll give it about a week or two before they get discouraged and go on to something else. And the reason is they lack in beliefs. So if you are not manifesting what you can see in your mind, the first thing is examine your beliefs. There's a good chance that your beliefs are lacking, that they are not strong enough, not firm enough, not determined enough. And that's the key. You must have unwavering beliefs in yourself, in your connection with the universe, in the vision you see in your mind, and the fact that it already exists. If you can see it, you can live it. So high flyers, stop looking for your manifestation to happen. I get this all the time. People will send me a note and say, well, it's not happening yet. Okay, do I look like the universe? It's not happening yet. How do you know it's not happening yet? How in the hell do you know? You don't know one way or another. All kinds of things have to come into place for one little thing to happen. If I walk out my front door and I find a $100 bill on the ground, do you know what might have to take place in order for me to find that $100 bill? Somebody may have lost their car keys. They're going through their pockets. They pull out their wallet. They drop their wallet. A $100 bill falls out. They pick their wallet back up, and then they find their car keys, and then they walk off. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that has to happen that you don't ever see before you find that $100 bill on the ground. And you had to come by just at the right time. Whole lot of stuff had to happen in your life as well as the person who lost the $100 bill. I mean, come on. I don't see it happening yet. What does that mean? That means absolutely nothing. That is an invocation to failure. Look, if you desire to manifest what you see in your mind, what you hold in your heart, if it's important to you, you have no choice but to believe that it's manifested right now in your life. And it's simply waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect timing. You don't want something to come into your life and then be gone. You don't want to win $10,000 and then have it fade away and be spent and wasted. You want that $10,000 to come into your life. You plant it as a seed. You have an opportunity already set up. The $10,000, like a seed, goes into the ground and sprouts a money tree for you. That's the point. It's all about divine timing. So I simply say, name it and claim it. Just name what you desire and claim it and let it happen. The other thing that I find that gets in the way of manifesting is the focus on lack. I still don't have a relationship yet. My marriage still hasn't been saved yet. I still don't have the money I desire yet. That is focusing backward on lack rather than forward on what is already in existence in your life. Be ready to receive at any moment. And anytime you catch yourself focusing on what you don't have, flip it around and focus on what you already have. And then finally, trust the process. The process works. It's worked for millions of people. It's worked in every area of life. There is no problem. Don't call me high flyers and say, is my problem too big? There is no problem too big. There is no mountain too high. You can achieve what you hold in your heart, what you see in your mind. It already exists. It already has a vibratory signature. So trust the process and trust divine timing. It is manifesting. Allow it to come to full expression in your life by full trust. You see, once you stop trusting, you slow down the energy. Okay. And finally, alignment. Alignment between your subconscious mind. Rachel's looking at me crazy now. Alignment between your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. So absolutely critical to manifesting through the law of attraction. When you have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind that are in perfect alignment, all kinds of miracles can happen. That's the key to miracles. That's the secret formula. If you are looking for a secret formula, Rachel, think about this. If you were looking for a secret formula, it's the marriage between the conscious and the subconscious, between the sun and the moon, between masculine and feminine, those opposite forces that come together in one massive power to create a miracle. Listen, I have to do it. Be sure and visit us at Miracle Hypnosis Online and claim your 7 days of free trial. We have all kinds of programs there. I'm using them nightly. I invested in one of those masks that's kind of a really soft mask that blocks out the light. It goes over your ears, and it's Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth. So I set the program I'm listening to, and I just lie back and fall asleep and allow my subconscious mind to open up and that message to pour into my subconscious mind. I honestly feel the effects the next morning. And the effects are cumulative. The more you use it, the less chance of ever losing it. So hang on, try it, 7-day free trial, Miracle Hypnosis Online. And finally, last but not least, let the confetti fly, because this is the big one, gratitude. Live a life of gratitude. Try this technique. I've been playing with this and I like it. I absolutely like it. Make every Friday Gratitude Friday. And you can do gratitude every day. But Gratitude Friday is where you go out of your way to be grateful inside and share your gratitude with other people. Share it on your Facebook, on your Instagram. Share your gratitude with people you meet. Gratitude, because gratitude attracts more of what you are putting out. Oh, that's important. Oh, yeah. That's how it works. That's how it works. It's exciting. You're soaring like a beautiful eagle. Gratitude Friday. Give it a try. Write it down here. Gratitude Friday. Oh, yeah, it works. Listen, I know some things are difficult to manifest. You have big dreams. You're going to manifest them. You have no choice. This is why you are here. You're here to live an extraordinary life. So get that doubt and fear out of your mind and get that love and belief and confidence in your heart. Everything is yours if you desire it and you attract it. Have a great day. You absolutely deserve it. Bye-bye now.